What are you saying? What's all what? Okay, I'll just have a quick look at the lobby settings. I can't actually invite anyone because the invite friends thing is completely glitched for me. Yeah, try and invite all you can because it's completely glitched for me. The damage needs to be fixed in the settings. The damage is supposed to be on standard. And then Hello everyone and welcome to Tier 2, Round 2 of the WHF Championship. We are here in Austria for the second round and last race. Oh, someone's teleported already. That's not a good sign. We're here for our second race. After Budweiser was the winner of last week's race, as we've got Callum on an outlap. At the moment, currently the standings are Budweiser first, Landon second, Lexi third, followed by Codzilla and Zambrana. That's your top five, as Codzilla's already retired. Don't know what's happened there. I think he's just retired in the pits. He has just accepted he wants to do a last to first challenge. It's looking buggy already. I don't like it. Let's see where Callum is. Callum's starting his lap. And I'm interested to see some of the pace of some of the drivers here. We've got new drivers in for this week's race. Some drivers we've not seen before. Oh, Callum getting very close to the Ferrari there, pulling out of the toe very late on. JG in the chat says Dubsy for the dub, and I would love to see it. Dubsy still sitting in the pits. I'm guessing he's going to do a last to first as well, because he just loves not doing that, as Epic has had a massive moment, has been given a 5-place grid penalty. Don't know what that's for. As Callum's going to be our first round with a 148. Next will be Landon, I believe. Or Landon starting his lap. Scotland with a 168. Next will be an AlphaTauri starting his lap. We'll try and see who's on their laps. Should be Speedy. Speedy's around. There's going to be a Ferrari starting their lap of Josh. Should be Speedy across the line next. Speedy with a 192. I wonder, was his lap hampered by some of the chaos caused here at turn which turn is this? 4? This is turn 4. But already we've had Codzilla retire, Epic have a massive moment, losing his front wing, and Sir Smokes is going to cross the line in the Aston Martin to start his lap. Scotland doesn't improve on his lap. We've got an AlphaTauri of Century with a 156. Josh with a 142 jumps up into first with a 142. 610, or well, now Alfie has got a 145. Oh, but then Alfie's spun it at turn 1, done Landon Norris. Oh, and Alfie's been disqualified because he's, oh my god, this game. He's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane when he was there for 3 seconds, and now he has to start from the back Alfie has been absolutely shafted. Unbelievably. Sir Smoke still yet to set a lap. And it should be one of the Ferraris. Is Josh? Josh is coming in. Alfie's been done very dirty by that. And that has been an issue for several games. Some drivers need invites. I'll see the best I can do, but if you'll look, if I try and invite anyone, this is what I see. This is what I see on my screen. It is so beyond glitched. I can view gamer card, and that's Basco, former racer with SSR. But currently we've big gaps in short qualifying here around the Red Bull ring, as Demon has absolutely binned it into the corner, turn 3, spins under acceleration. Not a great start for many of these drivers. Sandwiches crosses line for the start of his lap, as we've got a father-son pairing of Sandwiches and Boxes in the Haas. Boxes currently with a 152 up in P4. Dubsy only starting his lap, although he's doing an extra out lap it seems. As Sentry starting his lap. We've got an Alfa Romeo of Epic coming around, hopefully get his first lap on the board. The 175. We've got Scotland currently on a 168. Needs to improve his lap time. Does the final 2 corners very well, although it seems to be an out lap because he's 4 seconds down. Confused. Zambrana doing another out lap. It's very confusing. It says there's people not doing out laps, and then it says people is doing out laps. It's not really helping me a lot. As Sentry's got a purple first. I've seen someone jump there. That was Sandwiches. Sandwiches into P5. The father-son pairing. 4 and 5 in the Haas's. As Sentry, currently with a 156, jumps up to first with a 141. Massive lap from Sentry there. AKA RVR. He's one of our new drivers. I don't really know which name he wants to go by. But so many of these drivers have multiple names, it's hard to keep track of. Just one name is easier. Zambrana jumps up with a 149 into P4 with his finished lap. Sir Smokes starting another lap as there's 2 Haas's coming round. One's invalid, one is starting their lap. Let's see who else is on track at the moment. Should be Scotland around next with a 161, but he's not currently improving on his time. 6/10 down, exit in sector 2. Dubsy's invalid. Sir Smokes should be the next driver around. Unless Zambrana's going for another lap. Which he is. Although he's currently 4 tenths down. Oh no, he's peeling into the pits. We're going back down to Sir Smokes. Yet to get a lap in. We'll want a lap here. I'm pretty sure Sir Smokes goes wide. Keeps the lap valid though. The 174. As Tiber Buka is currently sitting P8. I think he's starting a lap. There's action left, right and centre at the moment. As Dubsy still yet to get a lap. I wonder is he coming into the pits as well. Dubsy is going to need to get a lap time in here. Because I know Dubsy's pace is better than a 110. That's for sure. Scotland possibly going on an in lap. On board with Tiber Buka in the Red Bull, reserving for Ritzy or Hitman. As the Aston Martin's going to peel into the pits. Tiber Buka goes a little bit wide, keeps the lap valid though. And he does improve, but only by 2 tenths. But that will protect him from cars behind. As we've got boxes, jumps, landing, improves by 2 tenths almost. As we've got 6 minutes left of qualifying here. Josh will be next around. Currently fighting for that pole with Sentry. Sentry is a 10th ahead. And exiting sector 2, Josh is almost a 10th up. It'll be very marginal here. If Josh can nail these 2 corners, he could get pole. As he comes around, Josh does jump him with a 1-4 dead. Leads us here in Austria. Boxes is on an in lap. As we see the driver starting to quiet down now. It'll be D-Tracker next on a lap. As we'll go on board with him to see a lap of Austria. Currently a 10th up, though he's back there to the lap because he's not improving, he's noticed. As we've got Speedy. He'll be next around, although he's peeling into the pits, I believe. Yes. And it'll be a McLaren of Scotland who's next round, although he's got a slow out lap, so hopefully he's looking to push. Although his delta was misleading because it said he was 40 seconds up. And he was only 7 tenths off. But with 4 minutes remaining, we'll start to see drivers peel out of the pits for their final laps very soon. Hello Halo in the chat. Lovely to see you. Halo is Tier 1 Red Bull driver. JG is Tier 1 Mercedes driver. I think both of them are ahead of me in the championship. But let's not mention that. Listen to the roar of the AlphaTauri's Sentry. Looking for pole. Sentry comes around these final 2 corners. executed perfectly. But can he improve on his time? He does. It's a 1:39, and that's going to be tough for Josh to beat. Josh currently sitting in the pits. Still has time to improve, but it's going to be tough to beat. Dubsy finally going to get a lap as he's 4 seconds up on his lap time. He's invalid. Dubsy, oh, he would have been P7 if he'd have kept that lap valid. Got it for Dubsy. He's gotta get another lap in pronto. Oh, is Speedy on an outlap, spins. Deep Tracker on the lap, currently in P9. We'll see as he exits. Currently a Q Foreman, as Landon's got a purple middle sector. It says he's 5/10 up. Landon could be jumping here into P3, and with the extra toe he does jump into P3. Landon, the Aston Martin, currently second in the Drivers' Championship, jumps into P3 on the track. Dubsy's retired from session, has recognised that he doesn't have the time to improve on his laps, although I think he has it in the tank. But Dubsy's going to do a last to first, it seems. Scotland currently P10, improving on his lap. Can he improve by much though? See, is Callum round the final corner? For some reason it says his lap has been 11 minutes long, and what did that even mean? I'm so confused. Scotland did improve by just under a tenth, as Josh starts his outlap. Tabor Buka, don't think improved there. Sir Smokes rounds the last corner now. Can he improve on his P14 as it currently sits? I think it's just an outlap. It's confusing who's on an outlap, who isn't. It should be D Tracker across the line next. Don't know if that was an actual lap. Who knows? Hard to keep track of these things. Boxes is invalid. Can't improve on P6. As it should be Zambrana. Sentry's finished. Hasn't improved. The flag is dropped. Zambrana's invalid. It should be Josh around next. Enters the final corner. He has improved on his time. But can he grab pole here in Austria? He does with a 1:37. Massive lap from Josh into pole. Landon's invalid, and I think that may be all of our drivers round. Scotland peels into the pits late. Someone's going to have to say a word with him about that. Sir Smokes now jumps up to P12, and he'll be our final driver to cross the line. Boxes is just out, but is invalid. As the flag is dropped, it is Josh in P1, Sentry P2, Landon P3. That'll be your front row of the grid. As Alfie, unfortunately, at the back there in P17, could have been on the front row, but the game disqualified him because he had spun in front of the pit lane, and that's a no-no in Austria. The game isn't intelligent enough to know that they've spun and they're not actually wanting to improve. But Josh, last week in Bahrain, had a very good qualifying. I believe he was second on the road, just behind Budweiser. But now in Austria, gets pole with Ferrari. And for those of you that missed, Epic has got a 5-place grid penalty as well. for whatever reason, when we moved to him, he had no front wing. So maybe the stewards will see that, maybe they won't. Maybe just bend it into a wall and then the game blamed him. But we've a couple of drivers from all over the place. We've got Germans, Swiss. I don't think Josh is Colombian or Ecuadorian, wherever it said he was from. Pretty sure he's English. But, you know. As we wait for round 2 of Tier 2 to start, I'll go over the results with you one more time from last week. Budweiser first, Landon second, followed by Lexi, Godzilla, Zambrana, Scotland, Sir Smokes, Josh, Hitman and Batman was your top 10, followed by Epic in 11th. What? Is there no formation lap? Apparently not. No formation lap. I was not aware. Okay, no formation lap it seems. Great start from Josh. Josh gets away. As we've already got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Speedy at the back. There's a VSC out, there's another 5 seconds Speedy with Epic. As there's another 5 second with D-Tracker, I think. Don't know what that is about. Hopefully those can be removed by the stewards if they're if there's nothing behind those. As Josh got a good start. Sentry dropped down. Currently under the VSC. We're off the start. Epic jumped up 5 as well as Alpha jumped up 5 positions. Landon and Zambrana jumped Sentry off the start. In Scotland, the biggest loser is Speedy as DNF'd. And Dub Z is DNF'd as well. As Josh, the leader, has got a drive-through under the VSC. As we've gone green flag racing, and Landon has lost out under this VSC. Zambrana into P2, but our leader, most importantly Josh, has got a drive through. But chaos upon the restart with 2 drivers retiring as we were going green flags. As Boxes is looking for a move on Landon, sends it down the inside of turn 4. Nothing doing there. Very close battles here. As there's a side-by-side between Boxes and Landon. Landon washes out wide. Boxes is going to lose out to Tiber Buka on the inside, I believe. No, it's Callum on the inside. As there's moves up the front, as Dubsy's left for obvious reasons for me for his crash, unfortunately, Dub. As Boxes is going wide. Tiber Buka in behind Boxes as Zambrana's got a penalty there. Sentry sets the fastest lap of the race, staying with Josh as DRS has been enabled on lap 3 here. Sentry in behind, opens the DRS, is going to look for a move on Josh, is going to keep it in behind. Epic has got a 3-second time penalty as the penalties have rolled in early on here in Austria. Sentry's going to look to clear Josh as quickly as possible, and he's going to go for a move on the inside of turn 4. Josh is going to let him go free as Josh knows he has that drive-through penalty. Sentry's going to disappear into the distance, as Josh is going to lose out massively from this drive-through penalty. He's got under VSC. Landon in behind Zambrana, currently fighting for the last podium position. Landon on the outside, lifts off. Isn't going to get a move into the second last corner here, as there's another car going wide there. That was Boxes, as Josh is in to serve his drive-through penalty. Sentry sets the fastest lap of the race, and unfortunate for Josh, getting that drive-through from the lead. He's going to have to fight his way back through the pack again. Sandwiches fighting and following along with Tiber Buka, as we've got Sir Smokes making a move on Epic, as Epic on the outside is going to get the move done here, but Epic goes a little wide. Can Sir Smokes get the DRS? Sir Smokes does get the DRS, as Epic gives him a little wheel bang for his troubles. But Sir Smokes on the inside is going to get this move done, as Epic goes off the road and has caused Sir Smokes to retire. And there's another VFC out. And I think that's going to see the steward's death, because there's pits already. Landon and Boxes and Epic in, as there's a full-blown safety car out now. That's going to help Josh massively, who started on the hards and had that drive-through penalty. Is going to jump back up to P8. So he isn't going to lose out as massively as he could, and he's on these hard tyres, so he can go the distance. And we've had massive jumpers. Alfie starting from the back with that disqualification and qualifying is now up 10. And Landon has dropped down, but we'll have a look at the tyres currently, as Landon now in the hards, as well as Boxes and Epic, and Demon has gone on to the mediums. We'll see under the safety car, does anyone want to pit so that they can go long into the race? There's been chaos upon the start. 3 retirements inside 5 laps. And there is some pitters. There's D-Tracker and Tiber Buka in. Probably going to go on the hards and look to go long. Can they last 30 laps though? That is the question. I don't know how long tyres last around Austria in this game. Cod, who started near the back as well, up into P7 as it currently stands. Alfie now into P5, who started from the back. Alfie's looking mighty fine at the start of this race, but Landon has got to be a key challenger, who's already made his mandatory pit stop, so could potentially go to the end. But I don't know if hards can go 30 laps. That would be impressive. Although it's Austria, so you never know. Never know what the tires do around here. I'll have a look at the position changes again. Current penalties is Zambrana and Epic with 3 seconds. Time penalties. Currently position changes. Alfie with the biggest benefactor with 12 positions gained, and Codzilla with 8. As D-Tracker and Demon are going to catch up to the back. We'll see, does the safety car want to head in, or does it want to give us another lap of safety car? We're probably going to get another lap on their safety car. Oh no, the safety car makes a late call in. Usually they make it on the exit of Sector 2 in every track. So Sentry's going to control the pack, and we're going to watch for when he goes. Josh, who did have that drive through earlier, has been massively benefited by this safety car. Now sits P6, so the win is not completely gone as Sentry gets us restarted. And there's been mixed restart. Sandwiches didn't get a good restart. Alfie on the inside of Sandwiches as Josh now looking for a move, but Alfie has a bit of a moment which is going to allow Josh through. And Alfie, Sandwiches and Josh now all battling for position. Sandwiches is on the inside. Oh, it's almost three wide here. Josh looking for the switchback. Sandwiches and Alfie were up the goal board with the car behind. This is what's happening here. Alfie switching the inside. Sandwiches covers off the inside. Josh following this battle. Howling Desert. Oh, Sandwiches under acceleration. Spins. Unfortunate for Sandwiches. Josh now following Alfie as the top three have dropped. The drivers behind who've been battling. Tiber Buka in behind Epic. Looking for moves. Nothing doing there. Josh following his friend Alfie. Now onto the main straight. Can he get a move as Josh gets a penalty, which it didn't even look like he went off there. Surprising, but he's on the inside now of his friend Alfie as he takes the position. P4 now. That drive through not looking bad as once before. Epic gets another 3-second time penalty as D-Tracker and Scotland switch positions. Callum now following Zambrana on the outside here into turn 4. Who can be later on the brakes? They brake very evenly, but Zambrana's going to have the inside, leaves the space for Callum. Callum's going to have the inside to the next corner. And can Callum stick the position? Yes, he can on the harder tyres. But Zambrana keeps it round the outside. They're still side by side through this section. But Zambrana finally has to concede the position. Great racing from these two, as Sentries now has dropped them 2-second gap. See now Landon follows Alfie. And Box is even closer in behind Landon as the DRS is enabled. Box is going wide. He's going to look for a move on Landon here. On the inside, can he get it to stick? Leaves just enough space for Landon on the outside. Landon seems to have the better acceleration, as we can see. Box's light is flashing as Zambrana and Callum switch positions. Callum goes off. I hope that wasn't a Leclerc Verstappen moment. But as Zambrana has the DRS on the inside, should keep this position. Callum around the outside is going to try it again. Oh, as they both go off! They're both off, and Zambrana and Callum are both out. Another safety car, as both Callum and Zambrana are out. Oh my word, absolute chaos in the first 10 laps of this Austrian Grand Prix. And who has locked out but Josh has found himself in P2 after having a drive-through earlier in the race. Epic has now got himself a drive-through under the safety car. But Sentry now into the pits, which is going to give Josh P1. We'll see if Sentry can go to the end on the hard tyres, or he's going to go to the softs. Maybe he's going to try a medium, soft, medium? Maybe? I don't really know the strategy around Austria at the moment. But absolute chaos as Demon has got a 3-second under the in the pits as Scotland's getting a front wing change. Sentry exits on the soft tyres in P9. Yet to get any penalties, but we'll have a quick look at the penalties. As Josh has got 3 seconds, Demon's got 3 seconds, and Epic, I believe, has got 6. As Sentry and Demon switching positions under safety car. That was surprising as Epic's gone off. But Epic has a drive-through still yet to serve, but he'll need to serve as the safety car goes in. Still, Codzilla, Alfie and Josh still yet to pit, but all starting on the hards, so they're looking to go long. And Sandwiches, who had his big moment earlier, can look to can look to, where was I? Sandwich is going to look to catch up to the pack after his moment earlier. Oh, I've made the scoreboard disappear. That's Tiber Buka on the hards is going to come in. I wonder, does he have any damage? But it has been a very dramatic first 10 laps. We're not even a third of the way through the race yet. And there's already been 5 retirements, 12 drivers remaining. As Alfie has jumped 15 positions. Alfie is one of the biggest benefactors. As from last to second as it currently looks, Landon, although has pitted, so Landon has got to be the one to watch. As well as boxes, Godzilla still yet to pit. I think the hard owners are going to look for a late safety car potentially that could massively benefit them. But Josh is going to get us restarted. Thankfully hasn't got a drive-through on this safety car. And he's going to look to start us in the Ferrari. As Josh has dropped Alfie 4 tenths behind, as Epic is in the pits to serve that drive-through. And Sentry close up behind Demon already on those soft tyres. We can see Sentry potentially cut his way through the field. A Sentry on the inside of Demon here. Gets the move done, as Scotland is now going to get the move as Demon goes wide. Tiber Buka, the other Red Bull, also getting through on Demon. Sandwiches now in behind Demon, as Demon almost lost 4 positions there. Tiber Buka on the inside of Scotland as well. Very close racing here. And Tiber Buka gets through as Landon falling in behind Alfie very closely. What is the thing doing? There we go. Sentry in behind D-Tracker on the inside. But is it going to go for a move here in turn 8? Oh, as D-Tracker goes wide, he is going to look for a move in turn 9. Sentry cuts the corner a little bit. That must have been a warning, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for later. But Sentry's going to want to keep minimal warnings as possible, as Josh, currently in the lead, has a penalty, so the drivers behind can't massively benefit from this. Landon's going to want to look just to stick with this pack. He's on the fresher tyres. And he's probably looking to go to the end here. As Sentry on Godzilla already looking for another move. Sentry on the soft tyres is cutting his way through the field. But he will need a pit again. There's no ways on these softs till the end. Godzilla still yet to pit off the hards he has had from the start. Boxes falls out of the second gap of Landon, which makes him vulnerable to Sentry. On these soft tyres, falling in behind boxes as Tiber Buka's got a track limits penalty. But as DRS is enabled, we'll see that rear flap of Sentry open. And he'll go for a move on the outside of boxes and will be ahead before the braking zone. But he's going to look to keep this position as boxes has had a little error. He's had to cover off the inside from Codzilla in behind. As these three up the front, very close together, Landon, Alfie and Josh. Codzilla still falling in behind boxes, as you can see the light flashing on the back of that Haas. And Sentry now on the soft tires is already caught up with Sandwiches. Sandwiches is out. Where has Sandwiches gone off? He's gone off in the gravel. As there's another safety car. Sandwiches can't even tell where he lost it there. There's another safety car. And Boxes and Codzilla's into the pits. Now taking mediums to the end of the race could be doable from here, but wouldn't be advisable. 21 laps on the mediums. But another safety car, 6 drivers out already, lap 15. Epic gets another time penalty under the safety car, pushing to get caught up with the pack here. And as it remains, Sentry has massively benefited off these soft tyres, has been cutting his way through the pack there and caught up to this front three with unbelievable pace from Sentry. Boxes and Cod now on fresh mediums. We'll see, can they get caught up? But will we see any more pitters? It looks like Tiger Buka is going to pit maybe onto the hards till the end here, as Boxes is going to come in again, maybe onto the hards potentially. Is going to look to go to the end from here, which is a relatively smart move, although he's going to go for the softs on a front wing. Boxes must have got front wing damage there, as Tiger onto the hards is going to go to the end here. Boxes must have got front wing damage under the safety car there. We've seen him veering behind the rear end of a Red Bull, but we didn't know he had front end damage. As Epic is going to now be P9. What? Huh? What? Sorry? Excuse me? Why is it now broadcast? Why are we following the safety car? What did I press? What? Oh, okay. What? Can I have control back? What did I press? Help? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what I pressed wrong? Why is it gone to broadcast mode? We don't have it set to broadcast mode. What? I mean, this helps that we don't have to sit behind the safety car for a while, but do I get to... Okay, do I have control? I now have control. Okay, thank God. I was afraid that was going to completely glitch out. Okay, we're back again. Jesus. Josh is going to get us started again. Had a drive-through earlier in the race, but safety cars have benefited him to the point where he's now back up in first, although I believe he's still yet to pit. If we look at the tyres, yes, Josh and Alfie still yet to pit, probably looking for another safety car. They possibly could have pit under that one, onto the mediums, but it seems no one's gone onto the mediums under that safety car. But Josh has got a very good restart, as there's moves at the back here. As Josh on the inside, or ahead of Alfie. As boxes and Tiger Buka and D-Tracker in behind Sentry, as Sentry is going to look to cover up the inside. Wants to keep this position. And Sentry's probably going to look to go in the mediums whenever all these other drivers look to go in the mediums as well. As Epic at the back here, looking to get a move, but Tiger Buka on the inside of boxes. On the inside here, boxes around the outside. As there's a Ferrari off and it's D-Tracker into the gravel. As I think I saw rain drops, which if there's rain, this is going to be absolutely mental. Josh in the pits, Alfie into the pits. Landon still out, but Sentry's going to get a move on Landon. Is it possible Sentry went onto the sauce because there's going to be rain? And Josh and Alfie are on the inters. What? It started raining. It's actually started raining. What's happening? I don't think it's wet enough to be inters yet, but these front two had gone onto the inters, and Epic's gone onto the inters. Off his front wing. Oh, let's change his front wing, Epic. As I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice. As it started raining already, although I don't believe Josh and Alfie are actually going to see the benefit of it, of these tyres yet. The track doesn't look wet enough, but they've gone very early on the inters. As Scotland's gone off, Scotland into the grass, and it could be inters very quickly here. Landon and Sentry staying out. We'll see. Do these drivers, as DRS has been enabled, usually the indicator is the DRS has been disabled, as boxes is in, probably for inters as well. Codzilla in behind Landon. As there's a massive switch up of the order, I think Josh and Alfie and Epic have all gone too early. As Codzilla now getting better acceleration than Landon, who's on those old hard tyres. Godzilla on the fresher mediums. Gonna look for a move on the inside, but tucks in behind, playing it safe. Knows he can still gain positions on the inters. We can see Sentry on those soft tyres is clearly pit because he knew the inters was coming. Godzilla still in behind. It still doesn't look wet enough for inters, but we'll see. Do the drivers come in or not? As it looks like, oh, for a second it looked like Sentry's coming in, still stays out. These front three is still stayed out. As the front five still on drive tyres, Josh is making a dent in the car ahead of Demon Alfie within a second of his friend Josh. As Codzilla now on the outside still has DRS. Landon has DRS. Codzilla on the outside is going to look for a move here. Gets the switch back on Landon as Sentry's made a mistake. Oh, and Codzilla can't get the traction out of turn 3, which allows Landon some respite, and now it's looking like it might be interweather, as these drivers are going very slow through every braking zone, every corner, really struggling for traction. But if we look at the gap to the leader, Josh is still 20 seconds in behind, so I think Sentry, if he pits now, still will be ahead of Josh. We'll have to see though. We'll see, does Josh go in or does he stay out? Oh, these three are all staying out, but it really seems like enters this lap specifically I think they've all made a mistake there. As Demon now loses out to Josh. Now we'll see Josh start to benefit from these Inter tyres. It really looks like Interweather now. As Alfie going for a move on the inside of Demon, as Demon's definitely coming in for a set of Inters. And it's definitely Interweather now. And these front three are yet to pit. Godzilla following along Sentry and Landon. And we're going to have another look at that gap to the leader, as it's still 20 seconds, so Sentry could still benefit from staying out an extra lap. It's now 21 seconds, so it's so marginal. It seems like they are still benefiting in the dry, although it looks like 100% certain Interweather now. As Epic's got another 3-second time penalty, as Sentry now is gonna appeal into the pits, as Landon and Godzilla stay out another lap. I wonder, is it gonna rain momentarily or not? Tiber Buka comes in to the pits, but Godzilla and Landon are gonna stay out, as Landon goes a little wide in the corner. Godzilla's gonna have DRS, Landon's gonna have no way to defend here. And they're staying out because they still have DRS. But it looks completely Interweather. Oh, is Landon very late on the brakes, almost rear ends. As Sentry's going to exit into the lead of the race. But Josh now, right behind him, in P2 on track, I believe. Well, not on track. P2 after the pit stops, as Landon and Godzilla are still yet to pit. Godzilla's made a second gap, as DRS has been disabled, and that's usually the indicator that it is 100% Interweather. But I think Godzilla and Landon left it a lap too late, and I believe they will lose out to Sentry, Josh and Alfie, who should be our podium on track once they finally pit. Godzilla, though, had very good traction on these mediums. He's going to stay out again, as well as Landon. It seems the rain is maybe not going to be that long, and they think they can last it out. Seems insane from Landon and Godzilla to stay out, but they are both staying out. Godzilla now 2 seconds in the lead. Still seems to have supreme traction on these mediums. But we're going to start to see the delta come down to the Inter runners, but will it stay raining for long is the question. Because if it doesn't rain long, I actually don't know the weather forecast. As Epic has had a moment on these Inters. Alfie still within a second of Josh, as gaps have started to form. Godzilla has lost half a second to Landon, had a bit of a moment, it seems. As there's now a 12-second gap, 11-second gap to the Inter runners. The deltas are coming down massively, but the rain doesn't seem that heavy. If it goes to dry from here, Godzilla and Landon could have made a massive gamble that looks to have paid off. But Godzilla now is coming in. Landon's staying out. Epic is retired from the session. As Landon, the only runner on dry tyres, the question is, will it stay wet or will it go back to dry? Will this benefit Landon? Landon's only 10 seconds up the road and will be swallowed up inside 5 laps if it doesn't go back to dry. Sentry now 7 seconds behind. I think by lap 27, Sentry will have P1. Landon only 7 seconds up the road on these hard tyres. It needs to go back to dry, but there's still rain coming down. Godzilla exits the pits alongside Boxes, going to look to send it on the inside here of Boxes. And Boxes goes off, might have to concede the position. As Godzilla into P5 probably stayed out too long. Gambled too long on those dry tyres on the mediums. Whereas Landon now only 3 seconds up the road from Sentry. 3 seconds now. And Sentry will certainly have him this lap. It just depends, will Landon actually pit? Or does he want to stay out on these hard tyres? It does look like he wants to stay out. I'm guessing he's expecting it to go dry eventually, but Sentry now is going to shoot right past him on the inters. There's no way Landon's defending that. As Codzilla now apparently said he was right behind Alfie, but he's 3 seconds behind. Gaps are starting to form. Tiger Buka in behind boxes. And Demon in behind Scotland. Only 10 runners left, 7 retirements here in Tier 2. Tiger Buka is our only close gap as Landon's got a 3-second time penalty on those hards. It's surprising to see him still out on those hards in this wet weather. Surely he could have benefited from pitting on the inters and then going to dry tyres, but it seems Josh is going to shoot right past him. Landon's just not got the traction on those hard tyres. It seems insane to still be out in hards, because it doesn't look like the track's drying up. It's still containing the same amount of rain as Alfie gets past Landon. And Codzilla's now going to look to him for a move on Landon, who'd pit battling with Landon. Is now going to surely get past him. Landon has surely made the wrong move, staying out in those dry tyres. It doesn't look like it stopped raining at all. Tiber Buka gets another pen. As Scotland and Demon battling here. Demon's got through. Scotland going to look to keep it in behind. Boxes has got a penalty. Cod and Alfie, the only drivers without a pen, as Demon is retired. Demon is retired, he's lost it. And are we going to get a safety car? We're not. Boxes has almost gone off here. Kept it in a straight line as Landon struggling for traction on those hard tyres, as we've obviously seen. Still staying out, it's still raining. Landon massively suffering from being on those dry tyres. Demon's going to get through on Landon as well, it seems. Or Tiger, as Tiger's left the session. Unfortunately, I can't get him back in because of the EA glitch. I can't invite people to the lobby. Blame EA, not me. I try my best. I physically can't do anything to invite him. I think I need to uninstall the game again, because every single day they come up with a new glitch. Tiger on those inters is going to get through despite not being here. As the race is now settled down with only 8 laps remaining. Sentry, now in the lead, has 3 seconds, 6 seconds with Josh, 9 seconds with Boxes, 6 with Tiger, and Landon and D-Tracker on, was that 3? As we're gonna see D-Tracker catch up to Landon. Landon, 8 laps remaining, really has not benefited from being on these dry tyres. But Codzilla has done a mighty stint on these mediums. He's now caught up to Alfie, almost inside a second. Codzilla, as Landon has finally pit, has decided it was not worth doing. It's finally going to go on softs. What? Only Landon knows what he's doing, because I don't. It's been raining and he's gone from hards to softs. I'm guessing it's going to eventually dry up, but it's still raining. I don't understand what Landon thinks is going to happen here. He's clearly seen the weather forecast and I haven't. Godzilla, ooh, has a big snap as he's following Alfie. 7 laps remaining here in Austria. Godzilla following along Alfie. Alfie still keeping in the head, but 5/10 gap here. Josh has closed the second to Sentry ahead. He's actually closed 2 seconds. Sentry must have had a big error there, although Josh has 3 more seconds of time penalties. Godzilla now 3/10 behind Alfie. Gonna put pressure on Alfie to see can he make a move. Oh, Alfie has a big snap. Godzilla following along, putting pressure on Alfie. He's going to look for a move, trying to find the traction out of each and every corner. As he looks comfortable behind Alfie. He's struggling on these 11 old enters, landing on the sauce. Although Alfie currently doing a last third challenge as D-Tractor is overtaking Tiger. Cod still following him behind Alfie. Tiger and Alfie battling here. Still both struggling for traction, having snaps left, right and centre. Alfie has another snap. Cod gonna really look to pressure him now inside a 10th. Really close up behind him. As Josh is now, oh, 1.5, but he's gone off into the grass. Pushing too hard, trying to catch Sentry. As Godzilla still following along. Alfie, Josh had a big moment there. Closing up to Sentry for the lead. But he still has that penalty. That 3 seconds extra of time penalties on Sentry. But if Sentry were to get another 3 seconds, then Josh could close the gap. The race could be won on track. This battle here, Godzilla and Alfie, is for position, is for the last podium position. As Godzilla might send it here, backs out. Seemed to have superior straight line speed there, but did not go for the move. But out of this corner now, he's inside a 10th back. Still pressuring Alfie. Not going for any audacious moves. Just trying to pressure Alfie into a mistake. Alfie staying very composed here to not make a mistake with 4 laps to go in this Austrian Grand Prix. And it seems Sentry now coasting into the lead. Still maintaining the gap on Josh. Josh did close up to within 2 seconds, but had made that error. But now he's massively made a gap of 5/10 on that straight. Sentry looks to be struggling. Josh now within 2 seconds. Sentry dropping off massively. He's closed a second within the space of 2 corners here. Josh knows he has to make the move and create a gap of 3 seconds. But Alfie seems to have given himself some breathing room off from Godzilla. Godzilla's dropped back to 8/10 now. Now to 9/10. Alfie seems to be pushing a bit more. He's now
outside a second. Doesn't need to be outside a second. There is no DRS. He just needs to be ahead, really. As Scotland's going to come in for a pit stop. Going to go into mediums. I think the track is now drying. But it stopped raining. Landon now has getting the benefit, but there's 3 laps remaining. So unfortunately, Landon went too early on thinking it was going to go dry. Coldzilla doing everything he can to catch up with Alfie, but Alfie staying very composed in P3 here. Could have his first podium here with WHF. Coldzilla pushing with everything he can to fight for his podium as well. And Josh now 1.4 away from Sentry. Sentry still has that penalty advantage over him, but Josh closing in behind. His DRS has been enabled, so we're gonna look at this battle between Cod and Landon is now retired. No, Landon has retired. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Landon there. He's bended before the pit entry. Can't explain what happened there. He was on the soft tires. Must have had some massive snap that he's so far down the road, and he almost did see the benefit of those soft tires, but unfortunately won't, as Coldzilla now has that rear wing open on the second lap, last lap of this race. Maybe with the DRS he can get the move and get the podium here, but he's battling inside that second, has the rear flap open again. 7/10ths back, but he's closing rapidly. Alfie ahead, but as we move on to the last lap of this race, Sentry is going to be in the lead. But is there going to be any moves for position? That is the question. Josh still 1.4 behind, will not have DRS, but as Cod, if he can stay inside the 8/10ths he currently has on Alfie, he will have DRS and potentially give him an opportunity to go for a move in the last lap for the podium. Coldzilla had a bit of a bad exit though. Will he have DRS? I don't think he has. He just about has. As Scotland's with the fast... No, that's not the fastest lap. That is the... that's another penalty of 3 seconds. Coldzilla though won't have DRS here. Alfie will look to keep the lead that he has over Coldzilla and will keep the podium positions. We've had 9 retirements here in this Austrian Grand Prix, but in the lead, Sentry has been composed the whole race and only has a number of corners remaining, as Josh, who fought valiantly, who had that drive-through penalty, benefited from safety cars to get back up into P2, has unfortunately not been able to push on to win off the pole that he had earlier. But Sentry, as he rounds the final corner, will be your Tier 2 winner of Austria, as Josh will cross the line in behind. Has 6 seconds of penalties, but Alfie is 7 seconds behind, so will not jump him. But he will finish P3 as he bins it across the line. Coldzilla will be P4, and Boxes knows he's P5, weaving it seems. Boxes in P5, smashes his car into the wall. D-Tracker gets another pen, but it won't matter because he'll be far up the road from Tiger. In P6, a very good result for D-Tracker. And Tiger Buka in P7. But a great race there in Austria. A lot of drama, more than I was expecting, Was not expecting the rain. Was not expecting people to try and brave it out in dry tyres. But Sentry is your winner with Josh, who is also Brendan Lee, I think. Followed by Alfie. A great race here in Austria. And Sentry will have the fastest lap as well. Here's your results. As we'll have a quick look through the race director, if we can, instance. There's a lot of incidents. I don't think we're going to get this in time. I think we are. Oh, just about got all the incidents. But anyway, that was Tier 2 at Austria. Sentry was your winner. And thank you all for watching. We'll be back next week, where we'll be heading to Australia. And we'll also be live tomorrow night at 9 for Tier 1, who'll be racing in Qatar. Very exciting. First time Qatar's been in F1, or in the F1 game. So that'll be exciting to watch. You'll get to see me spin and crash. So looking forward to that. And I'll see you all tomorrow. But thank you all for watching, and goodbye.